Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Jaslyn Harris, and I am your host of the Moves You Heard podcast. Can I be honest, y'all? I need a woo-saw moment because things have been busy. Busy and blessed, I will say, but your girl is tired. With that being said, you'll understand exactly why this episode is in divine timing. Today, we're getting into our soft girl era with our special guest and my good friend. Kelzhaunne, aka Kel, grew up in Mobile, Alabama, soaking in her mom's R&B jams and grandma's soulful blues like a true 90s baby. So you can say it was a given that music and theatrics caught her eye early on. In college, Kel kicked off her music hustle, dropping her first EP, The Right One, in 2018. She's been dishing out singles ever since, spitting that modern love story of a college queen. Besides dropping tracks, Kels is out here motivating at schools and sharing her come up as a first-gen college student chasing dreams. Check out how Kel taps into her soft girl era while making moves and changing the world. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Jaslyn Harris, and we're back with another episode of Moves You Heard. We are now here with the beautiful, the super talented, the super entrepreneurial, the super soft girl, Miss Kelzhaunne.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
We're so happy to have you here. Thank you for your
having me.
time, and I'm so excited to get into this episode.
Me too.
Shout out to all of my loyal listeners out here. If you've been here since day one, thank you, fam. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new, welcome. You're a part of the family. You're a part of the village. Go ahead and follow us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. So if you already know, you know I like to start my episodes with a Moves You Motivate message. And what that is an inspirational quote, a message, or an affirmation that I like to say into the camera for you guys to know so that you have a gem to take away with you once you finish watching this episode. So for you, Kels, I'm going to read the quote for you, and what I want you to do is tell me your take on the message.
Okay.
So today's Moves You Motivate message is celebrate your imperfections. They are what make you, you. So what does that mean to you? I heard a What does that mean, girl?
Like the church.
Everybody know. Amen. So that means amen.
Amen.
Yeah, so what's your take on that?
It's so aligning that you said that. It's definitely been feeling like alignment season since the year started. But for me, it's crazy because I literally made a post this past Saturday, and I said, you know what? I'm in a season where I don't care about being perfect. I ain't gotta have a perfect voice, the perfect clothes, the perfect makeup, the perfect skin. I was like, I'm in my I don't give a freak era of just not caring to let it go, because I feel like that mindset held me back for so long. As in every aspect of life, being able to show who I really am on social media, my goofiness, my naturalness, like just being the real Kelzhaunne, you know, because I had these expectations of what I thought people wanted to see of me. But then I realized, like, who cares? Like, everybody got an opinion, and it changes daily.
Yeah. So
all I can do is just be myself and be happy with whatever it is. And those areas that I'm not so good in, just every day work on those, you know.
Key phrase on changes daily too, because we all know that we're in a big social media world where everything is trendy one day, old news the next. And so I think when you say that, it resonates with me because it gives you even more reason to celebrate your imperfections, because you might perfect yourself to be acceptable in whatever society says acceptable right then and there, but watch it not be the trend the next day. Then you out here lost again, and that's exhausting. And we don't have a lot of time or a lot of energy to worry about accommodating other people's notion of us. And what her and I can relate with is being in an entertainment industry. There's always a look that you have to have. And that look is what keeps you memorable. That look is what keeps people wanting to know you, wanting to connect with you. And for a lot of us, I can speak for myself, it caused me to be lost for a little bit. I've told people before, my first big audition, when I tried to audition for 411 South, a long time ago, all my dance 411 people, what's up? I was in a room with a lot of women, you know, and I had my hair out like this. We were all wearing black for this audition. And I remember the choreographer stopped the music and he was like, hey, all the women with the natural curly hair, that's out. Everybody got that. Y'all need to come with something different. And I was confused because I was like, that's me. That's all I know. Like, I never wore weaves like that. I never colored my hair. So I didn't know what to do. And so after that, I was in a whole journey of trying to figure out my look. And that can hurt you on the inside a little bit. Like,
a lot bit.
A lot. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, so obviously who I am is not acceptable. So I have to turn into someone else. But I love what you're saying. You were like, freak that. Like, forget it. Like, this who I am. And y'all gonna love it or y'all not gonna love it. Because the people that's gonna love you is gonna love you no matter how you are, no matter what you look like, no matter how you sound. Yeah, so I love that. Yeah. Thank you for your take. It's so right on time.
Right on time.
Yes.
You have no idea.
Absolutely. So people don't know, well, not everybody, but we actually knew each other since how long?
I feel like I met you my first year I moved here, which was in 2019.
I wanted to say 2019 too. Yep, we met when I first joined Guide Code. Shout out to Tony Mintz. So that was a long time. Yeah, shout out to Tony Mincy, Hemi.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the show.
Oh, awesome. But yeah, we met back when we were heavy in training and dance training, and she was starting her music career down here. And that was really special for me because I don't know, we just randomly clicked. You was like, "What's up, girl? Where you from?"
Girl, I don't even remember like the encounter because I'm just like that, you know. But
yeah, she is like that.
Definitely, we here now. You feel me? So it was something there that brought us. Like,
yes. And so since we've met and I got to learn more about her and what she's doing and her purpose, we've connected on that end, and I've performed for her a couple times.
A lot of times.
Yes, a lot of times. And so, I'm on a video of hers. Make sure you check out her YouTube page too when you guys are done with this. But you guys will see this video after, but we are premiering her single at her single release party, and I'm so excited to perform with her again. She dragged me back on the stage, y'all.
Come on. We'll have a good time.
Yes. So, we want to learn more about you. So, I want to start with, who is Kelzhaunne? Who is that?
Who is that?
Yes.
Jesus, I'm trying to figure out.
Where are you from? Where are you from? How was your upbringing? What brought you to the ATL? Let's get into it.
I was born in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, the good old South. So
yes, ma'am.
I'm very Southern, and I might try to talk proper, but it's gonna get real country.
Look, we being real here. It's fine.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll be talking so quick and the accent be so strong, you don't know what I said. So I'm trying to be more mindful of that. But I grew up in a single parent home. Okay. It was 4 of us. My mom, my grandma raised the family, raised the kids, But yes, it takes a village. It truly does. But I was always that artsy girl, like the kid that was in like dance, or I always gotta be in the front. Like I'm a show out, you feel me? Like, and then I remember one time my mom bought me a karaoke machine. I don't know how old I was, but from that moment it was over with. It had a side B and a side A on the tape. I had my microphone. I learned all them songs, and then I was just able to get more into my voice and exploring who I am or what that is, because it was a natural gift for me. Okay. So in middle school, I auditioned for all the sports. I didn't make it. I didn't make cheerleading. I didn't make the volleyball. I was like, let me go try for chorus. Okay. Let me at least try that. And I made it. Okay. I was like, okay.
So is that when you really realized you had a voice?
Yes. Well, pre that, I can't remember exactly the moment, but I do remember this moment when I was like singing. I want to say it was a Rihanna song. Okay. And I was like, dang, I'm really on tune. Like I'm sounding better than the norm. Okay. So
I love that.
I really go singing for my mom, and she started crying. I was like, oh shit, I really gotta get
That's how you know it's real when they cry.
Yeah. So middle school, church, of course, choir. I was in show choir, dance, chorus. High school, show choir, dance, chorus.
Did it all? Yeah, like you were busy.
Dancing and singing. And then in college, I did gospel choir. And then I was always singing. So I had this guy who liked me at the time. He had a crush on me. He's one of my friends, also my plug at the time. He was like, why you don't do music? And I never really had a solid excuse. A lot of people would ask me that.
So you were doing it all the time, but you never really saw yourself pursuing it.
Yeah, I was always just singing.
Okay.
I didn't have my original stuff. So he was a rapper too.
Okay.
I don't know how serious he was at it, but he used to play around.
But that makes sense as to why he would have asked you that.
So he booked the studio session. I pulled a beat up on YouTube. And I went there to record that song. He laid his verse on that song, and then I dropped it on my birthday, which is why I'm always dropping music on my birthday.
Look at that! So it's full circle.
Yeah, I'm always dropping music on my birthday.
Okay.
So, I dropped it on my birthday, and then on SoundCloud at that, and then I remember
SoundCloud
3 days later, I had 1,000 plays, and I'm like, real quick, I was getting so much genuine love, and I was like, okay, this is my purpose.
Yeah,
this is it. Forget school. I mean, I ain't not forget school because I had 1 year left, so I was going. If I start something, I'm gonna finish it. But that was the moment for me. But I grew up in a very supportive home. My mom always worked hard, and now as an adult, she do explain how it was a little tough, but we never could see that.
Yeah.
Like we never knew. Yeah. She always made it happen.
That's beautiful.
She always made it happen. Even now as an adult, she constantly pours into my dreams and my vision and constantly affirms me. And we pray. You know, it's like that's one of my biggest supporters to this day. So I had a very beautiful upbringing to me. From my experience, anyways, because I was in my own world, make my own fun. Yeah. Shout out to your mom. Yeah, shout out to my mom. Hey,
hey, mom. Because I know whenever I'm working with you behind the scenes, your mom is there. Yeah, she is always there. So shout out to her for sure. So what made you come to the ATL? What was it?
So in Birmingham is where I started my music career. That's where I went to college. I got to a point where I just performed at every venue multiple times.
And you like been there, done that.
You feel me? Like it's not that huge. Yeah. And in between I used to come to Atlanta to perform. And just the genuine love I would get from people who didn't know me, I was like, ooh, the support. Yeah. And there's so many people here that do what you do too, so it keeps you motivated and inspired. I was always the type of person that's big on community. Let's create together. So just to have that extra push of people doing what I'm doing, I wanted to grow in my dancing and my voice. I always had a vocal teacher, even to now. Like I'm constantly just working on becoming a better version of myself. And just to meet people that has that entrepreneur mindset and energy, baby. Because listen, yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Atlanta gonna push you a little bit because we're full of underdogs. Like we're full of super, super talented, passionate hustlers, go-getters, and just being in that environment is what's gonna like motivate you to just keep on going. And honestly, that's what made me fall in love with the dance community here, because there's so many of us. Like it's a small world, but there's so many of us, and it truly does feel like a village. Like we're all the same kind of weird, like, and I love that about us. But when we see each other going for what we want to go for, it encourages us to keep going. So kudos to you for taking that move, because I mean, I'm born and raised here, but I haven't really thought about moving anywhere, or if I felt like I needed to move. I don't know. At least a couple of years ago, I don't know if I would have had the same courage that you had. That's just being real. To move? That's just being real. That takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, it do. But I also had outgrown my environment, so I was ready to go.
It was like nah.
I'm a person that would jump off the bridge and not know if there's security down there. Which I'm working on finding a balance with that, but it works out for me. Yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah. I'm a risk taker for sure.
That's good. Yeah. So for all my people who aren't familiar with your music, give me if you're not, you need to hurry up and get ready, okay? But give me like 2 to 3 songs that you feel like everybody should know from you.
Mood, that's my baby.
Yes, Mood, I agree.
Mood, I got a song I just dropped called This Song. That's my baby.
That's a good song too. That's a good song. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Baby. She be putting out vibes. She really does.
And there's a song that everybody love, even the guys. It's called Good Enough.
Have I heard that one?
Oh, no, I was like, guess I wasn't good enough, but I'm good enough for me.
I might have heard that.
I mean, that's their favorite. But if I had to throw one more on the list, I would say Begging and Pleading.
Begging and Pleading. Yep, that's a good one too.
Just the way everything is written.
It's real.
Behind it. Like, those 3 songs were all produced. Let me not speak too soon. What I said. Yeah, they was all produced by the same producer.
Okay.
And we made those beats from the ground up. So
I love that.
They hit different to me.
And I can tell, like, whenever I'm following your social media, that everything that you do is authentic.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's so real. Because in this day and age, in this music industry, at least in the mainstream, a lot of people just do stuff for the money. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do things for the labels that they know what's going to sell. You know, all we hear these days is, I got a Bugatti, I got the Gucci, I got the money, I got the O's, if you know what I'm saying. But we're being real. You're real, authentic. You're sharing your journey. You're sharing your relationships. You're sharing your experiences, all of that in your music. And you can tell in your music that you put work in it. You can tell that it's from the heart. And I appreciate that. I'm a music lover and I have to connect. So I really like that.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard those songs, definitely make sure you look them up. Again, visit her YouTube after you listen to this show.
When Soft Girl Era blow up, they're going to go back and look at all my stuff. I ain't even worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it. It's feeling like my season.
That's what's up. So you talked about all of the singing and the dancing that you did while you were in school. But what I would like to know from a professional standpoint, what kind of training did you invest in or take time in for your career? Whether it was physical wise or vocal wise or mental wise, like what kind of training did you feel like you needed to invest in for your professional career?
Dancing. I'm still in dance classes. Mm-hmm. I try to go every week. But if I don't, well, I'm dancing every week regardless. Okay. Even if I go to class, I'm dancing every week. Yeah. So I invest in my dance classes. I'm in the gym. Mm-hmm. I invest in my health. I'm on this transitional vegan journey. Working on it. Okay. I invest in my vocals. Mm-hmm. I've always had a vocal teacher in the vocal lessons, so I take vocal classes weekly. Okay. I invest my time where it needs to go. For sure. You know, I'm very picky with my time. I invest in my mind. So there was a point where I was doing therapy, but now I'm about to move into a life coach situation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I invest in myself, man. Like I could be $10. Let me pay for a vocal class. Like you feel like I don't play by my gift. I really take care of it, which is another reason why I stopped smoking weed. Just take better care of my vocals. Stop eating certain things. Stop hanging around certain people because I always feel like, God, man, like I know your timing is perfect, but I also know how I'm holding myself back too. So just
because he can lay it all out for you.
Ooh, you see, you touched it before too.
He could put you at the table.
You done bit a piece of the apple before, so you know it's for you. But you gotta become a certain version of yourself to get it. Exactly. So in this season, I'm real selfish right now with myself. So I just. I'm invest like I'll go broke from not broke, I ain't broke, I'm rich fan, but I'll risk it all.
Yeah, but no, that's a level of faith. That is a level of faith because we're not gonna speak broke onto it, right? But it's a level of faith that you are willing to do something like that because you know that you have a gift, you know that you have a purpose, and you know where God's going to take you. So it's no worry in what you're investing in. You know you're gonna get it back tenfold.
That part,
you know it. And I ask you that because I admire you sometimes when I see you doing stuff on your social media or just when we talk and we have our conversations. I know what you've been doing and spending your time doing. I remember this one post that you had where you were, I think it was Stone Mountain. And what's his name? Aaron. Yes, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. Oh my God. I remember you guys were climbing up the mountain and you were singing. Y'all. First of all, Stone Mountain alone gonna kill me. But this girl right here was going up Stone Mountain and singing as a training tactic. And I'm like, Lord,
Lord. I forgot to mention, I invest in artist development.
Yes,
with Keith Andre.
Okay.
MovesU Entertainment.
Shout out to Keith.
Shout out to MovesU Entertainment. Yeah, so even that, we be working on. I be tired. Yes. They be working me. Yes. But when I get on stage, you see where the work goes. I was just thinking about that before I came in here. I was like,
you definitely do invest in artist development for sure. Yeah, and shout out to Mo. Definitely shout out to Mo. Yeah. Which is amazing. And again, it shows you that you take your artistry, you take your craft, you take your purpose very seriously. This isn't just what you do for money, and you might not even just be doing it for money. You're doing this as a lifestyle. You're doing this to impact others. You're doing this to fill your cup up. You know what I'm saying? So it shows, and that's definitely what I wanted to touch on, because what you do isn't just what you do, it affects everything. And so it inspires you to do everything, because like what you were talking about as far as your health and your diet and all that good stuff, that's something that we should invest in general. But it's that extra edge up when you know that it can benefit what you're doing in life. And that's how everything kind of comes together. And so I can really appreciate that in you.
Thank you, girl.
Yes. So I want to talk about you in your soft girl era. And we said this in the beginning, but now it's time to really discuss what that is as far as being bare. Where are you right now with soft girl era? Because I think that term at one point was trendy. I think a lot of people see soft girl era as just being girly, being unbothered, dainty, that type of thing. But what does it really mean to you? How do we go deep with soft girl era, and why are you in your soft girl era?
Ooh, that's a good question. Softness is very challenging for me. Especially growing up with my mom and having to be the mom in the masculine energy.
Yeah.
I caught more of the masculine for sure. But I'm finding a balance. So the question was, what is a soft life to me?
Yeah.
To me, because I know what I struggle with, is being more submissive to life.
Ooh, submissive to life. Letting go
of control.
I love how you said that.
Letting go of wanting to know when, where, and the how. And just be.
Yeah.
Just being in the moment. Just being myself and being comfortable in myself and what I was created to do. And my gifts and my light, my energy, my spirit, and who I am, just being.
Can we breathe on the word submissive really quick?
Let's get on tour, girl.
I want to take a pause and really like tap into the word submissive. Because I think for a lot of us, specifically in our culture, submissive has such a negative connotation. It's triggering. Yes. It's triggering, and it can be a blessing. But we got to get past that trigger. We got to get past that negative understanding and connotation with it. So where is your mindset with submissive right now? Because as soon as I said, let's take that word, you were like, woo! So why is that?
Why is it a woo, or why is it a what?
Why is it a woo?
Because it's hard.
And why is it hard, though?
I think for me, it shows in my relationship.
Okay.
Just allowing a man to lead, because I'm used to just doing everything by myself.
So it's control.
Yes,
it's control.
Control.
Yeah.
Even that, and also in my relationship with Christ, with God, with Spirit, of just trusting that everything's gonna be okay. Because I went through an experience where it's like, okay, I know God ain't gonna bring me this far to lead me, but let me still just go by my own. Yeah. I'm gonna pay this real quick.
Yeah.
And then you go do something to get you deeper in the hole than you was before. So learning how to trust. But even when you do dig yourself deeper, there's still a safe. You're still be saved from that too. But also just telling myself I don't have to always learn the hard way too in this season. Like, girl, use your wisdom. You know better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't grow up watching my mom submit to nobody. What is a submit?
Like,
and
I
think it also can be triggering from just back in slavery days when we had to submit to a master or something like that. I feel like it's deeper than my own understanding, because as I heal now, I'm realizing I'm not just healing for myself. I'm healing generations before me. Things I don't even know people in my bloodline battle with. So it gets deep, for sure. But for me right now, I just want to be in my flow state. Even with me planning these events next week, just flow, Kel.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about who gonna buy a ticket. You
know
you
man.
Yes,
we were just
you plan, you do the planning, and once you put it out there, the universe will do the rest.
It's going to work.
You feel me?
It's going to work.
It's whatever. Like, if the car messed up, it's whatever. And I'm always just being intentional with speaking life into things and not glorifying the negative things that are happening, because there's always a perspective shift you can make on every situation. So Relaxing, girl.
Yeah.
Stop stressing. Just relaxing more for me.
Mm-hmm. I really love what you said about how it can tie into not only like centuries before us as far as slavery, but even going back to your mom, like you never saw that from her for real because she had a responsibility. She didn't get the space for it. And I'm glad we're talking about this because as you know, and as you guys know, I'm preparing for the mental health workshop, Mental Moves, in May. And we're focused on Black women's mental health. And with that, it's so triggering because we're caught in the middle where we're women. So society already looks at us as weak. Society looks at us as someone that has to submit to a man. And so that leaves us with a mentality where we always have to prove, we always have to overpower to prove that we are capable of doing things that they don't think we're capable of doing just because we are women. So we have that mentality. And then we also have the stigma on us as Black women that because we're Black women, oh, we're automatically tough and we're automatically masculine. So it's like this weird middle where we can't be soft because we got to prove over here. But then they don't see us as feminine because we tough over here because they know we could figure everything out. And I think that's why it's just so confusing to find a positive voice in submission. But that's why I'm so glad that you're here to talk about your soft life journey because especially with you having an upbringing like that, seeing that as far as having that masculine characteristic growing up and just that survival type of mindset coming from your mother. Now you mentally made a decision to walk into your soft girl era. And I love that about you. And it's inspiring a lot of other women, may I add.
Girl, still a ghetto.
Yes. I mean, it's a journey. It's going to be ghetto a little bit. But I was just telling her before we got on camera that her being in her soft girl era, her talking about her single that's coming out, me about to perform with you for that song, it's inspiring me to be optimistic about my soft girl era. Because in some aspects, I feel like I might be soft. And it's when you hear it, I say might because I don't even feel like I'm sure of myself right now. But there are definitely moments where I feel like I'm not.
When you don't have to be?
I don't think and that's the tough part. Like, I don't know if I've been in a place where I feel like I don't have to be masculine. Mm-hmm. I don't know for certain that I've had a moment where I've let go. I mean, I will say, like, I didn't have, like, a rough upbringing. My parents, I lived in a 2-parent home. It was very loving, I had that aspect in my life. But I've also been very self-critical of myself being in that environment as well because I've, succumbed to comparison. Like, that's been a big devil on my shoulder for a lot of my years. And I talked about it a little bit in my episode with Naj, but I really don't know if I've gotten to a place where I could actually let go and realize that I'm in a soft girl era. Oh, I'm really letting myself relax. I'm really letting myself let go. Like, that's a constant battle for me every day. So, honestly, I feel like you being on this journey is inspiring me to be more open into how I can walk into my soft girl era and making me look forward to actually realizing that I let go, because right now I don't think I have.
I listen to a lot of spiritual help books. Yeah. I'm going to send you what I'm listening to right now. Okay. I'm talking about 20 seconds in and start reading from my life. Good. Like, hey, okay.
And thank you for the audibles because I really one day want to be a page turner. But I don't have no time.
For sure.
Yeah, so send me those for sure.
I got you. You better listen to it too. It's going to get you right, especially with the comparison. Yeah. You got me right with it. So. Good. There's tools out there to help you outside of yourself, Okay. But a lot of stuff can't help you with the quiet time that you take with yourself too. Yeah. I meditate a lot.
And that's the key right there, like actually making the time for it because I'm still trying to make the time for it. And kudos to you for transitioning from a therapist to a life coach. I think life coaches are very beneficial. I don't have one, but I do have a therapist. Shout out to Kenyatta. It's been a minute since I've had a session with her, but I have a session this weekend. I'm excited. I need to talk to her. I need to get my life together, y'all. But yeah, so I think that that's really good for you. And again, like me just being on the outside looking in, it inspires me.
Thank you.
So the fact that it inspires me, I already know you're impacting so many other people.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You never know who's watching, man.
You never know.
I'm gonna post a video, get my 200 likes, and keep moving.
Look, I'll be lucky if I get 50 right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I did say a couple of times, and what you touched on as far as you getting ready for your release party. You know, we don't know, like, we're doing all this work and we don't know who's going to come. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm planning for mental health workshop. I'm paying all this money. I'm planning all these things. I don't know if people going to come, right? It's the faith aspect. And I also tell myself, I am doing something that God called me to do. If God called me to do it, that means he already knows who's supposed to be there listening or seeing or experiencing. So I tell myself, and I've told the listeners and I've told my viewers, that even if I just get 2 people, I've done my job. I've done my job. Because, again, it wasn't for me. It was for them. So if we just keep that in mind, it's still going to come back. It's still going to come back without worrying about it at all.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, she's so anointed.
Snap it, clap. Snap it.
So anointed.
Well, thank you. So from going to soft girl era, I want to talk a little bit about the Soul Sisters. Yeah. Because I know it's a new family. Hey, family. Hey, if you're watching, what's up?
What's up?
So, what's up with the Soul Sisters and how did that start?
So, I want to say it started because I'm the oldest in my out of my siblings. Okay. I'm the biggest sister.
Okay.
So I've always had that, or just been around 3 other kids growing up. I always had that community, like, let me love on you, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But it really sparked when I got into college and I pledged AKA. Okay. And just been in that sisterhood of women and learning how we can help each other grow in different areas and giving back to the community. Mm-hmm. So it's been on my soul for a minute, and I thank God allowed me to see certain people do it, so it could be placed on my heart, like, hell, they can do it, you can do it too. Yeah. Just create your own, but that way I can cultivate the type of people I want to be with. I think for me, I just wanted new friends, if I have to be honest.
Okay, that's real. That's real.
Women, I wanted to find like-minded women that had a heart for not only love, but God and giving and growing. And so it was on my heart to start a nonprofit. I was like, okay. First, it wasn't even a nonprofit. It was just just put this vision board party together. Yeah. But I realized that every time I made a group message with girls, I would name it Soul Sisters. I didn't know why. Okay. But I do follow my spirit. You feel me? I follow my spirit.
Your spirit know before you do.
It do though. Even with the Soul Girl, every song, girl, I wrote that song last July.
Really?
I was not thinking about being no Soul Girl. You know, so everything your spirit be knowing.
Your spirit knew that you wanted to be a soft girl. You just didn't know that you wanted to be a soft girl.
So I did the vision board part, and I was like, let me ask these girls if they want to be a part. So it's another thing. It's not nothing I forced on nobody. I was like, do y'all want to be a part of this girl group? We'll be growing. We'll be doing book reads. We'll do prayer calls. We'll be getting back to the community. We'll be helping each other get our business straight. We'll do outings. We're going to have fun, And everybody said, yeah. And people come and go. So I'm not expecting them to stay, But for whoever it's for, it's who it's for. So I am going to turn it into a nonprofit. That way we can get grants and loans and pour into each other's businesses and give back. And so
I absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like it's still bigger than what I'm imagining because I had an experience today. Because I'm doing a 100-plate giveaway next Thursday. So I went by nonprofit today, and there's a lot of things I had in my Amazon cart to get for this event. When I tell you these people gave me everything I needed, I was like, okay,
what people?
It's called Paw Kids. Shout out to Paw Kids. It's a nonprofit.
Really?
They gave me the pad package for the women, 2 brushes, 2 phases. So the only thing I need to pay for now is a shift, and it's already done.
Oh my God! It's
already done. So
won't he do it?
Up for real. So it's bigger than
That's
me.
Amazing.
And they even offered to help volunteers. I can use that kitchen. Like it's bigger than me. So I'm glad I just followed my spirit because I don't know where it's gonna take me. But so far so freaking good.
Congratulations, girl! That's so exciting. Yes. That is so exciting.
Thank you. So
that's a blessing right there. God will provide. Look, if anybody knows on my podcast, you will hear God at least 5 times on my show.
No, for real.
At least.
Like in that scripture that says God will take care of the animals, so why won't He take care of you? Even at podcast, they put out different stuff every day that people just come up and grab. I have a cat that I took in. And she had some babies. I sold some, gave some away, but I kept one baby and the mom. They had cat food out there. I was like, oh, I did this with my kid. It's like,
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yes,
see how amazing. I can contribute or something like that.
I can. Yeah, I better introduce you to them for sure.
Because you know I love community too. Yeah. So as soon as you texted me about soft girl, I was like, yes, ma'am. Yeah. And when you said that, you know, part of you wanted it because you needed some new friends, you're preaching. Yeah. Because when you get into a season where you know you're evolving, you know you're on this path to follow your purpose, you have to cut your circle. You got to cut your circle. You're changing. You're becoming a new person. Your energy's not the same. If you were, just for an example, if you were in a dark place or you were doing some things that aren't the best for you to do, of course you're going to gravitate to people who do the same thing. When you're on a journey of evolving and becoming a better you, that energy that they might still have, it no longer works. So it's not necessarily a moment of like hatred or dislike for real. It's just like your energy is no longer aligned. So I completely understand why you said that. And yeah, like in other cases, like I feel like there's friends for certain places, certain types of things, certain times, certain eras, like all of that. So all love to people who, you know, come and go for sure. But to have a circle of people that are on the same journey, they might be in different stages, of course, because all of our journeys are different. We're on our own time. We're on God's time for our lives. But to be in a area, like just how we were talking about, like with the music industry or the dance industry, when you're in an area or a space where everyone shares the same energy, that's very uplifting, especially when you get maybe down in the dumps, because you're not perfect. You know, you're not going to be super happy all the time. But to have those people that are in a similar path or on a similar path as you, it's inspiring and it keeps you going. It definitely keeps you going. And we were just talking before the interview started how these prayer calls, and I love how she's doing them, and shout out to your consistency too, girl. Thank you, girl. Because she we be on the call at 7 a.m. I'm getting ready for work and we on this call. Yes. But I love that because I've been on a journey as far as being more intentional with my relationship with God. So to have certain fellowships that allow me to do that with them too is even more special. And we were just saying that last week when we were on there, you told us to say something telling ourselves, like our past selves, whether that was like 3 years ago or a while ago, like tell something to your past self that you feel like they should know. Everybody took their turn saying it. And literally when you said the question is when it hit me what I wanted to say. Because at first, you know, sometimes like, I don't know what I want to say. But after I think maybe I heard like the first person say theirs, it hit me. And I was already choking up in silence, right? But when it was my turn, when she was like, Jazz, what do you want to say? As soon as I said it, I said, I am enough. Y'all, I kid you not, I cried. I cried like a baby on this phone with them, and I was not even expecting to cry. But I think, like, just like how you said your spirit was moving in you when you wrote the song or when you started doing certain things as far as soft girls, and you didn't even know or you didn't feel like you were ready to be in a soft girl era. Your spirit knows what you need. And in that moment, my spirit knew that I need to acknowledge that I am enough, because I feel like indirectly I've always thought that I wasn't. And I know how to save face, be okay, put on a smile, go to work and go about my day. But when I said it to y'all, because we've only been doing the Soul Sister calls for maybe 2 months now? Almost 2 months? Over a month. Okay. Yeah. We've only been doing it for a little over a month, but I felt safe with them already. And safe spaces mean so much to me. So the fact that I was really able to let go, it just poured out of me. Like, I couldn't talk after that. They thought I was probably hung up off the phone. I just could not talk for a minute. And it was very special to be able to admit that, to really say it and actually mean it and actually feel it. So I really appreciate that. And so I got emotional last week, and then it was her turn. She got a little emotional. I was breaking boo-hooing with the phone on mute. Yeah. Y'all about to get out your phone. Yeah, I told y'all I was crying. It's over with. It gets so real, but like you need circles like that. So for anybody out there that, you know, feel like you're in need of a sisterhood, you feel like you're in need of a bro circle, you feel like you just need some real good, close, intimate type of relationships that are uplifting, please reach out to some people or start your own group. If you're a girl that you feel like you might be interested in joining Soul Sisters, hit my girl Kelzhaunne up, because what she's doing with that is very, very special. It's very, very impactful. And I am excited to see where it's going.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm giving you all the praise, and whatever help you need, let me know, because I know nonprofits is hard work.
I ain't got that for you.
It's okay. It's okay. But you put it in the air, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that, your journey can't change, but you put it in the air, so you have my support. And however I can help, please let me know, because I have experience in nonprofits.
Okay, great.
So yeah. So shout out to the Soul Sisters again. I will talk to y'all the next Monday call. So, in addition to that, I want to, again, revisit the topic of mental health, because, again, we're planning our Mental Moves workshop for Black women. And I want to start by asking you, and I waited for a reason, but I wanted to ask you, how are you? And how are you, honestly, in this season? Mentally, spiritually, how are you?
Mentally... I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay mentally. I'm just in a season of questioning a lot of things. Uncertainty. Because what it is, I used to be a heavy smoker. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel me? Like, and especially in college. But on the past 2-3 years, I've been slowing down on that. And then entering. When I say slow down, I mean like, maybe like, not every day, but like, every 2 days. Then once a week. And then maybe every other week, and then now I'm to a point where it's like, okay, it's completely out of my system. But my birthday coming up, we'll see how I feel. But
that's real. Look, that's real.
But for the most part, it's just like I'm getting to know my sober self, the version of myself I was before I started doing, putting different things into not different things. When you start acting like I did most of them now, before I start putting,
she not like that.
Before I start smoking weed, like getting back to that younger version of myself.
Yeah.
Like, knowing what does Kelzhaunne like as a 27-year-old that don't go out and smoke and drink and do hookah. Like, what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah.
Or should you be in a relationship?
And that's
like,
crazy.
Should you be friends with this person? Like, it is a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah. And they seem like easy questions, but when you're really trying to find a real answer, it can be tough sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm constantly asking questions in this season. But I'm learning to also trust myself in this season. Like, go with my first intuition. Because I make decisions and then I switch and end up back on the decision that I had already made this first time. So,
because why do you think you would switch?
You feel me? Because let people pull you different ways, or thinking it ain't gonna work when you've seen it work 25,000 times before. Like, you just, I'm getting grounded in this season, and that's why I'm grateful for this season before the blow up. That way I can get grounded and know who I truly am. So when people come and you should do this, you should do that, I already know who I am, what works for me, and what don't. You know, so. I'm okay mentally. I'm just learning how to find a balance. Yeah. I've been on go.
Heavy on the balance.
I was like, girl, I gotta meditate.
Yes.
I meditated for a good 7 minutes, which can go a long way.
Yeah.
7 minutes of quietness before I just jump into the next thing. So finding balance, because I feel like the life I'm living now is the life that God's preparing me for, that I pray for the tour life. The shows and the performances. Like, I'm in a season before that.
That's very true. Because when you do go on tour and when you do get really, really booked and busy, more than you already are, you need that as your foundation, because that life can take over so quickly, especially for go-getters like us. We like, I do this, boom, boom, bam, and you forget you got to take a minute to chill. So the fact that you were able to fit the 7 minutes in today tells you that you'll be able to fit those 7 minutes on the road, on stage, before you go on stage, you know, that type of stuff. And everything that you're saying, everything that I'm saying back to myself, because I still sometimes don't give me them 7 minutes. Yeah. And you remember when I talked to you, I think a couple of calls ago, and I told you, I think it was just me on the call at first. And I told you that I was challenging myself to get up a little earlier so I could stretch in the dark and just in the quiet. And I consistently did it for that week. But what happened after that?
I know, that would be me too. Like, just get into that rhythm and stay into the rhythm. Yes. Because when I do get up and have a solid morning routine, I feel so much better. Like, I can just carry my whole day on flow mode.
For sure.
But when I don't, I'm easily irritated.
I let my busyness take over because I don't get enough sleep as I should. And so that results in me not getting up as early as I want to.
Yeah.
So it's a big balance thing, a big discipline thing, and so we on the same boat, girl.
So just tell yourself, girl, if we can get done today, we can get done tomorrow. Because we feel we gotta do everything in one day. That's so unhealthy.
You should see my agenda, women. And it's ridiculous. Like my agenda be full.
Mine too. I'm gonna hit 2 off the 10. If I hit 2 off the 10, we gotta start congratulating ourselves.
Still won.
If we hit 1,
you still won. Yes, yeah. And I'm starting to be like that. I'm starting to not beat myself up if I don't cross off everything.
Because we end up doing things that's not even on the list. So what I had to start doing is write down everything I do.
Yeah, for real.
And then I can look back. Oh, okay.
That's
I hit
cool.
a whole bunch of stuff today. Even if you want that list, I hit a whole bunch of stuff on it. I cleaned the dishes.
Yeah.
You cleaned up. I
having
prayed,
it
I
journaled. Physically and like written out.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for me since high school.
Yeah.
Because I had so much on my mind that if I kept it here, I'm going insane.
Mm-hmm.
So writing stuff down was definitely,
and the
important
simple things.
for me.
I checked on somebody.
Yeah.
I drank some water.
Yeah.
Like we gotta give ourselves more credit for the small things.
Mm-hmm.
That seem small, anyways.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for your honesty and transparency about your mental state.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that you're where you are, because I know that you're growing. And just letting people know that it's okay to tell, who you trust, how you're feeling, and who you are. So thank you for trusting me, and thank you for trusting us with that information.
Yeah, girl. One thing I'm in this season of not caring about being judged either.
Amen.
So it allows me to speak more, and then how you feel.
Exactly.
Because I love myself.
Because that judgment, that says something about the other person more than it says about you.
Yeah.
For sure. So with that, what would you want to say to the girl on the other side who might not be in their soft girl era, or who's longing for a soul sister circle?
First of all, we are here. One thing about me, I am a people's, a girl's, whatever you want to call it. The community is here. Take advantage of it while you can, because I'm about to get busy. But no, like, to definitely be gentle and patient with yourself. It's a journey. Everything is right on time. Everything is already done before you was formed in your mom's womb. Your journey, your every mistake, every decision, every question that needs answered is already done. And to just constantly love on yourself, like literally hug yourself. These are so healing. Self-hugs are so healing. Don't estimate those. Hug on yourself. Speak life into yourself. Rewire your brain, your inner talk, the way you talk to yourself. And be graceful, because you're still going to make mistakes. But you're already forgiven for those mistakes too, So, just hug on yourself. That's it. I mean, I feel like that's it. It's so simple, but it's so powerful. Yeah. So hug on yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. And continue to get in tune. And trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust life. Trust life. Yeah. So you got this, girl, and you are more than enough. I promise you.
Amen. Y'all do what I did. Say it. Say I am enough.
Yeah.
Feel free to say it in front of your girls. Yes. Feel free to say it in front of people that you trust. I think that's the most deep and raw moment for me, because saying it in front of a mirror is powerful, but when you say it to a circle, it hit different. I remember doing a meditation when I was trying to get into the season of loving myself naturally with no makeup and all this stuff. I was doing a self-love. It was a guided meditation. It was like, say I'm beautiful, say I'm... Ooh, baby, I couldn't make it through half of them words. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Because it forces you to really be real with yourself. Like, do you believe this about yourself? Do you truly believe this? And that's hard. And it's so powerful when you're able to do it. It's powerful just for you to face it, one. People, you have to accept that that's a powerful step. And when you're able to actually vocalize it, and then vocalize it in front of people, that's so powerful. So again, I commend you for everything from the moment, even before I met you, from you still being in Mobile. I commend you. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy to have met you back in 2019, to have seen where you've grown from the first time I've noticed you as an artist to where you are now. And now, not even just seeing how she has grown as an artist, but to see how you are growing as a woman. I commend you. Right. No. I definitely commend you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. So excited for you. And so happy to be back on stage with you.
I'm so proud of you too, girl.
Thank you.
You've been doing it. You're so beautiful. You're so strong. And you have been, even your movements inspiring mine subconsciously. Honestly, you know, you never know. But man, God's got great things in store for you. So
thank you, sis.
You have help too. Remember that.
Yeah.
We are here to help you. You don't have to do it by yourself.
Oh, you just made me think about our text message like last year.
I don't even remember.
It's
Spirit
okay.
Be using me because I don't remember.
It's okay.
but
okay.
No, we had a moment.
Okay? We had a moment.
So I love you so much.
Thank
we got this put together. We got some great things on the way. We can't even envision, you know.
Yeah, we going.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we wrap up, tell our beautiful followers where to find you, what's next, what to look for. Let them know, sis.
Y'all can find me in Atlanta, Georgia right now. But yeah, it's your girl Kelzhaunne. And hold on, that was a little off. Kelzhaunne. That sound better.
Yes, ma'am.
Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Cash App, the most important, or Zelle. Whatever your heart tells you to do. Follow
quick plug. Ain't no shame in it. Ain't no shame in it.
And IAM KELZHAUNNE. That's KELZHAUNNE. Soft Girl Era is dropping March 22nd. I got a song in the video, y'all, because I love y'all. Coming out all in one day. In a show. I mean, y'all got to tap in. There's so much greatness happening.
Yes.
And I'm super excited because this one is special. This one is different. Yeah, I can't say too much. Just come see me.
Yes. So make sure you following her, guys. And don't forget, make sure that you follow us on Instagram at MovesU, the letter U, LLC on Instagram. And you can follow and subscribe to this show on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. But thank you guys so much for being here. Kels, thank you again for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your light and just everything that you had to share with my listeners and my viewers. And like we like to leave you guys every episode, whether you're going through highs or going through lows, just know that I'll be right there with you to keep on moving one step at a time. Bye, you guys.
Bye, y'all.
That was so good.
Oh, yes.